Good morning. My name is Nolan Regan, and today we're going to go over the use of the Accuturn function within your Pro 1200 display, and you guys get to see firsthand how you can make use of it in your operation. All right, folks, once our monitor has gone ahead and booted up, we're going to come up to the top right corner and click on the 7 boxes with the arrow pointing upwards. Next, we're going to come in and click on the GNSS and Guidance tab. Once inside here, if our system has been unlocked for the Accuturn function, we will have the Accuturn tab down here. We'll click on that. Alrighty folks, once inside of the Accuturn menu, we have the ability to turn Accuturn on or off. We're going to go ahead and turn it on. Next, if there were any warnings preventing our Accuturn system from functioning normally, they would be listed here. Currently, this AG513 warning is just saying that my vehicle is not currently engaged in a swath, which is completely normal when the guidance is not currently engaged. If there were any issues with vehicle or implement configuration, they would be listed here in very self-explanatory warnings. Once we scroll down, we reach our Accuturn configuration menu. First, we have our auto turn trigger. We have two options, boundary or end of swath. I am going to leave it on the boundary trigger because when configured with boundary trigger, it allows the system to function completely automatically. Next, we have our turn direction, left or right. This is going to make all of its turns based off of what selection you have here. Next, we have our planned turn speed. We have either automatic or manual. If we put it in manual mode, it will then go ahead and generate all of our turns based on a planned speed of 2.8 miles per hour. However, this mode functions much better in a CVT tractor. However, today I am in a power shift, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it on automatic, and then it will go ahead and pre-program all of our turns based on our current vehicle speed. Next, we have our minimum turn radius. The manual states that your minimum turn radius should be 1/2 to 3/4 of your implement width. However, based off of your vehicle and your implement, it may need to be adjusted up or down to properly complete turns. Next, we have our turn early or turn late function. If we have a negative value set here, it will begin our turn before we reach our trigger point, and if we have a positive value set here, it will begin our turn after we reach our trigger point. Again, this is one of those features that needs to be adjusted based off of your vehicle and implement to achieve desired system performance. Next, we have our turn types window. We can click on this and go ahead and enable or disable whatever turns we want our monitor to be able to make when we do engage Accuturn. Now, in some instances, we may need to disable certain turn types depending on the implement and vehicle configuration. Finally, we have the implement alignment function. Having this set to on will ensure that when we come back across our boundary trigger point, it will make sure our implement is perfectly aligned when it comes into the field. If we have it set to off, it will make sure the tractor is aligned when it comes into the field. I would state that in most use cases, the implement alignment feature should be set to on. Okay, once we have finished configuring the Accuturn function, we will come back down to the run screen that contains our field map. And next, we will come up to the Widgets tab and enable the Accuturn widget. Okay, I will now show the system functioning in fully automatic mode. First, we're going to go ahead and engage our guidance. And from this point on, other than putting the vehicle in gear, I am not going to touch the steering wheel, column, or the multifunction handle. As you can see here on screen, there are two lines in our turn. The gray line is the path that the implement is going to take, and the blue line is the path the tractor is going to take. We're going to begin moving forward, and from this point forward, I will not touch any of the controls. As you can see, the vehicle is beginning to approach our headland. Once we cross the headland, it is going to begin making our turn. And you can see we are now approaching our headland once again, and the vehicle will ensure that our implement is straight once we cross back in. And off we go. We are engaged on our next straight swath. Next, to get our system into the end of swath mode to make use of the turn now function, we need to go back into the 7 boxes with the arrow pointing upwards and click on GNSS and Guidance. Once back inside the Accuturn menu, we need to come down here and change our auto turn trigger to end of swath. Once we have made that change, we'll come back to the run screen that contains our map. And if we have, in a situation where we have no field boundaries, we have a AB line recorded, we will then go ahead and engage guidance on our line. And we're going to go ahead and move forwards to our point in which we wish to put our turn now trigger at. I'm going to go ahead and move forwards. And again, this will all be situational based off of how you want to work your field. I am going to move forward to the point in which I wish to place my turn now trigger, and I will hit the turn now function. And then we will hit confirm. This will then shoot a point in the field where it will always allow me to turn. Alrighty folks, you've now learned how to use the Accuturn function within your Pro 1200 display. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that any measurements you saw within my Accuturn configuration window are going to be completely specific to my use case. I have a 400 Magnum with a 120-inch track width, an imaginary 30-foot implement with a 10-foot draw length. Now, a good starting point for your minimum turn radius is going to be 3/4 of your implement width. So, if we have a 100-foot implement, we're going to want to start at 75 feet minimum turn radius. And if we find that our vehicle is having trouble completing the turns or is too jerky when completing the turns, we can increase that minimum turn radius to achieve desired system performance. If we find that the vehicle is too lazy when completing turns, we can go ahead and shrink that minimum turn radius back down. Now, we also covered the two types of Accuturn triggers. Those are going to be the end of swath trigger and the boundary trigger. The end of swath trigger allows us to still use the Accuturn function if we don't already have pre-recorded field boundaries and headlands. I prefer to use the pre-recorded boundary function because it allows us to just pull into the field, generate that headland, select our AB or field swath, and go ahead and just start working that field without having to touch anything. Now, for more information over the Accuturn function or the Pro 1200 display, please feel free to reach out to your local Berkey's Farm Store to speak to your precision farming specialist.